Hi, it's Lisa Carter again, and I'm here to share with you text complexity as it relates to Common Core State Standards. Text complexity can be seen right here. We're going to get right to it, and I hope that after you view this video, you have a little bit of a better understanding of text complexity, which is kind of a complex topic to discuss and understand. There is a picture here that describes or shows you the three areas with which text complexity is derived from. You have qualitative, quantitative, and reader and task. And we're going to look at each one of these separately and then talk about a particular book that we will apply each one of these to, and then hopefully you'll understand text complexity a little bit better. Let's first look at the quantitative, which is the readability. When you're thinking about quantitative and readability, you're talking about some kind of mathematical formula where you put in things, word length, word frequency, word difficulty, sentence length, text cohesion. You can put all of these things into some kind of mathematical formula and it's going to come up with a number, what we know as a Lexile or ATOS, which is what Accelerated Reader uses. Behind me, I'm going to move out of the screen for a second and I'm going to show you the grade bands, the text complexity grade bands, where the Lexile ranges fall and by grade level. I'll let you review it for a little bit and then we'll go on to the next component of text complexity. We have K1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11th to college career ready. And you'll see these are the Lexile bands. And again, this is quantitative. It is determined by a mathematical calculation where they put all of these numbers in and it comes up with a level. The next component is qualitative, and this measures the level of meaning, purpose, structure, organization, talks about language conventionality, language clarity, and even takes into the demands of someone's prior knowledge. There is a rubric that you can find in Edmodo under the text complexity folder, and there are actually two rubrics, and one is for informational text and one is for literary text that you can use to determine the qualitative level. And you would look at it and it would be low, medium, medium high, high, and that would tell you where it would fall, whether it's an elementary, qualitative, or all the way up to high school. So you would look at these things using that rubric. And there are several rubrics, but they're all similar. So I've placed a couple in the Edmodo text complexity folder for you to look at. After we take a look at the quantitative and the qualitative, then you're going to look at reader and task. And that's when the teacher and the reader, and even just the school as a whole, looking at their curriculum and the textbooks or novel sets or whatever that they're going to use, they look at this and they take into consideration these things. The motivation for reading it, the knowledge or experience of the reader, the purpose for reading it, the task that's going to be assigned, and the complexity of any questions that might be asked regarding that text. So if we were to take a book, for example, To Kill a Mockingbird, and we were to look at the readability of it, the readability, taking the word length, sentence length, and all of that, and you put it into that formula, comes up to be on the readability level, on the grade band of 4th and 5th grade. That's one aspect of text complexity. Then we take the other part of text complexity, which is the qualitative. And the qualitative, again, looks at structure, organization, what prior knowledge is needed, and those kinds of things, and that you use that rubric. When that rubric is applied to Kill a Mockingbird, it comes out on the 9th, 10th grade level. So you have a discrepancy between the readability, the quantitative, and the qualitative. So that's where you take into consideration the reader and the task, and the professional judgment of the teacher comes into place. So the teacher will take, okay, its readability is on the 4th and 5th grade level, but the content of it is actually at a much higher level. You have to have a certain amount of prior knowledge and some understanding of the way that the text is organized and structured. So when a teacher looks at that, then they can come up with, it's not an appropriate book for an elementary or middle school student to read, even though the readability is on that level, but the qualitative part is on the higher level. So To Kill a Mockingbird is a book that would be placed at a high school reading level, 9th, 10th grade classroom, because of the development of the text complexity, taking text complexity and then determining it. That is text complexity, and I hope that it makes a little bit more sense now than it did before. And again, you can find rubric and information about text complexity on the Edmodo site in the folders, and the folder is titled Text Complexity.